Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I just want to show some of the adult ball pythons that we have that are some of my favorites, and even a couple of juveniles that are almost adults. So you are going to see a little bit of a theme here, but this is one of our adult Ultramal ball pythons. She is phenomenal, obviously a very large girl here, and the color is just like what you'd expect to see from a baby, except, now she's this big, massive adult. Take a little bit of a step back so you can really see the size that she is. I mean, she's phenomenal, colorful, really light and vibrant. And it's easily one of my favorite animals. And you are going to see a little bit of a trend here with some of the other animals that you're going to see throughout the rest of this video. And shocker, here we have another Ultramale, this time a very beautiful Ultramale pied. And much like the last one, these things start off incredibly beautiful and they do not skip a beat into adulthood. These things are absolutely phenomenal, and the color just stays this nice. It's a really nice kind of purple with like a cream, I don't know, kind of yellow, just beautiful. And pieds are easily one of the snakes that when people see them, they are immediately just kind of awestruck by them and they think they're really the coolest thing. And a Ultramale pied is a very simple and beautiful example of something that can look great and not be outrageously expensive. What a surprise, another Ultramale. This one is actually one of the ones that I would consider kind of a juvenile, although he is getting up there in size. So this is actually one of the first incomplete dominant animals that I'm going to show here. And you'll see a little bit more of this too, although he is acting in such a way that he is a true ball python. So what he is a Blackhead leopard Ultramale that's double het for clown and pied. And when I say that this is probably one of my favorite projects, I'm not exaggerating. The super Blackhead is just phenomenal. In Ultramale, it's going to be absolutely insane. And then throwing pied in there, if you haven't seen the super Blackhead pied, again, missing out. So throwing Ultramale as a color palette in there is going to be nothing short of phenomenal. I'm going to see if I can turn off face detect and then just get closer to show this guy right here, because he is not going to cooperate to get nice and close. But you can see just really nice, rich colors that he has. And man, I wish he would kind of cooperate with me, but even that really unique pattern. Honestly, you don't need to do much more to this. Even just making this a super Blackhead would be more than enough for me to be super excited about this project. Since I had that boy out, I figured I would show this absolutely beautiful animal. And she is a pastel super Blackhead. And people hate on pastel. It looks really cool in a lot of these dark mutations. And this girl is absolutely no exception. As you can see, big, beautiful animal. Really nice dark tones that she has. And just super Blackhead. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that. Changing the color just on this look, what more can you ask for? This is one of my favorite girls, and she is soon to be gravid. She's got really large follicles now, so trying to be as gentle with her as possible, but really look forward to the future of super Blackhead with the different color and even pattern mutations. And funny enough, the soon-to-be father of that clutch is actually this guy right here, and this isn't something you see very often. So he is a super hurricane rainbow. Now, rainbow is a gene that isn't commonly worked. It's a project that I plan on doing a very specific video on coming out soon, kind of going over some of the forgotten projects. So again, this boy is a super hurricane hypo rainbow. So it really, I mean, they're really underappreciated. They're pretty much like banana, but better. You don't end up getting a lot of those spots, and they never really fade, and they keep a lot of really, really nice color. Right now, the light is kind of blowing them out a little bit, so I'm going to be getting some additional shots to kind of put over all this to just show how fantastic this thing is. So if you were to mix these colors with that super Blackhead, I think you'd get something absolutely crazy. And he's also a really great expression of the Super Hurricane. So for those reasons, again, favorite project, favorite adult, and he sired quite a few clutches for us this year so far. So really excited about the Rainbow project. Now, I couldn't show a video of my favorites without showing one of my sunsets. So right here we have what I got as a vanilla sunset, although I have not gotten any vanillas from his clutch, or from his clutches that he's produced. So what I think he actually is a Orange Dream Enchi sunset. And I have his shed going in, and we are going to be testing that, so that way I can kind of see what's going on with him and clearly identify his offspring. But again, much like the last time you've seen a video, a lot of people talk a little bit of flack about Sunset, but this guy is absolutely phenomenal. And as you can see, pretty good size. So I think the world is only going to get a little bit brighter with more Sunset combos, and so much variety to be done. One of the clutches he recently hatched was actually to a Blackhead Hypo. So we ended up with some Hypo Blackhead het sunsets and some Blackhead double het sunset hypos. And I just got to say, I'm so excited for that project. Ultramal, Hypo, sunset, I mean, they all just go together so nicely, and they're one of my favorites. So again, beautiful mystery sunset that's het for Hypo that looks absolutely fantastic as a very good sized breeding male. Since we've talked a little bit about Hypo, I did want to show this girl right here, and she is a Hypo Clown. Now again, big, beautiful girl, kept amazing looks into adulthood. I really like the steel blue look that she has. And she is actually also breeding with the Vanilla Sunset Hypo that you just seen. So as you can imagine, just with the looks that this girl has, the babies that they're going to make are going to be absolutely phenomenal. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Sunset Clown, but what I think will look absolutely crazy would be a Sunset Hypo Clown. Then you start mixing in those codoms or things that have a nice super, and you're going to be putting yourself in a really good position to make some really cool stuff in the future. Hey there. So again, just a big, beautiful Hypo Clown. Since we're talking about hypos, I did kind of want to show this girl, and she is a little bit of a juvenile and a little high strung, but she is a true ghost. So a true ghost is a combination of Xanthic. I work with VPI line Xanthic and Hypo. So you get this kind of steel blue gray kind of color. And again, I am so excited about the True Ghost project. I think that they create this really nice kind of smoky look. And I think once you start mixing the different patterns in there, like the Super Blackhead, Super Chocolate, different things like that, you're going to get an absolutely phenomenal looking animal, and an animal that stays really nice into adulthood, which I think at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We all want big, beautiful animals that we can show off and be proud with, or be proud about rather. So again, True Ghost female, VPI, Hypo, and absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to take this opportunity to also show something not worked with very often or very much, and that is the Black Adder. So this is a incomplete dominant animal with a super, and as you can see, they kind of have pattern for days. And it's semi-connected, but a little wobbly, and I don't know, I guess that's how you explain it. The blacks are super black. The body pattern is kind of a really dark brown. But I do have a clutch from this guy due to hatch pretty soon, and I'm really excited about what can be done whenever you mix this heavily patterned animal into other projects, just to create a little bit of craziness and even adding more contrast. So it's a really cool project, not a lot done with it, and it'd be really cool to see what could be done with it. Thanks for taking your time to watch this video. Do let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. And don't forget to follow us at Nixon Reptiles on both Instagram and Morph Market.